What's up, ladies and gents? Random Guy Wonders. I'm here with another video review, this time on Transformers Titans Return, Windblade. And here's the card. It's Windblade. Windblade and Scorchfire tech specs.
Hi, I'm Windblade.
Anyway, this is a small thing before we get started. My landing skid broke. The landing skid on my Windblade broke. I don't display it in jet mode anyway. But here we have Windblade in her jet mode, and just generally, as like when this was announced, it wasn't really much to look forward to, but it's actually, with my low expectation of this actually came out not too bad. My first fembot, the first fembot to hit my shelf, but not the first fembot I owned. The first fembot I owned was, oh my god, you can see the sweat on my hand. I'm sorry. The first fembot I owned was Cybertron Override. Which, as of this recording, has been announced to be a remold of MMC's Rodimus. Anyway, back to Windblade. She's alright. This is an alright jet mode, not the best, not the worst. Right, just getting it out of the way, you can pretty much see how this robot's gonna work. But it's not bad, you know, got a lot of red and black going. Some yellow for the cockpit. You got some yellow outlines going on here. The turbines are not painted whatsoever. You can sort of pose them to do your bidding, but that's more for transformation. And they sadly do not rotate. But whatever. You can see the legs right there. And that's pretty much it. Not much to talk about here in jet mode aside from the undercarriage and the colors. Sorry, I'm knocking my camera all over the place. You know, her hands are just right out there, but what are you gonna do? She takes after Starscream, I guess. Not surprising after their comic history, but anyway, here we have Skywarp for a size comparison. This for us, and she's a lot bigger. And here she is with Astrotrain. So she's a pretty okay jet. And her accessory, she comes with two long swords that are nothing like the sword on the card. But they're not bad swords, you know, they got big gaps. But, yeah, not bad swords. You can take them, store them, you just take this big transparent yellow tab right here and you just plug it into the slot on these wings, on the wings right here. Just to get that kind of look going, you don't want to. Where else can you put them? I don't know. I haven't messed around with this. I haven't really messed around with Windblade. I know you can take these two swords and you can pick this. I think you can just take this and yeah, that works. Sort of. Yeah, in case you missed it, yes, you can take these yellow nubs right here and you just plug them in the top of your hand. It's not the best. And it's, yeah. Anyway, we're just going to move on to the Titan Master. Here is Scorchfire, who is black with a bit of white on his face. And, you know, he's got some paint, but not enough. And, you know, on the back you got her face and articulation pretty much same ball joint. Shoulders go out about that much. Hips and knees. And again, this is the smallest thing I own. These Titan Masters are the smallest things I own. And what you can do with Windblade's Scorchfire, you can stand them up right there. Have that going on. You can open up the cockpit of the jet to reveal some molded details, and just sit them inside. Close that back up. And you can have Windblade just go all over the place and you can thrash your camera. Or you can plug this back on top and have him manning the jet. You just take the two little ports on the bottom of his feet and you just plug them into these yellow posts right there. I guess you gotta have his arms stick out. And, yeah. Whoosh. Anyway, let's get down to transformation. And, as you probably expect, it's pretty simple. It's not a lot. you just start by putting these wind turbines, flip her over, fold down her knees, and flip out her feet. Pull a scourge and just press this all in, and you got the legs all done. And she fell over. Now I'm gonna raise the camera up, and she had all this top heaviness going on. Anyway, we're just gonna fold the wings back, take this nose cone section, fold it all the way back, bring up her shoulders, and orient the elbow properly. And last but not least, we're just going to take a little old Scorchfire here, fold him up, or her up, and just plug the head in. And here you have Windblade in here robot mode. And it's alright. It's alright. Not the best Windblade, not the worst Windblade, but it's a pretty good Windblade. Head sculpt, nice looking head sculpt.
Hi, I'm Windblade.
Got some nice yellow, some blue, some red for the eyes and the lipstick. I don't really like how, with a character with a rounded head like Windblade, or maybe... Oh, sorry, you're not supposed to see that. With a character like... Anyway, what I don't like was, with a round character, with a round-headed character like either Rodimus, or... I am just knocking things all over the place. Like, look at the head. I don't, like... It's a rounded head like Windblade or Hot Rod. Like, Astro Train does this... integrates this alright. But, like, for a character like Windblade, it just looks like the front of her head's on a box. And that kind of... I don't know, that kind of, like, doesn't sit well with me. Like, I can pretty much look over it, but whenever it's, like, very visible, it's just jarring. But anyway, regarding paint apps, you got some nice blue going on here, you got some red on the shoulders, you got is that an Autobot symbol? Yeah, it's an Autobot symbol. Got a nice Autobot symbol, the silver Autobot symbol, red on the crotch. Excuse me, oh my. Excuse me again, oh my god, I just finished lunch, I'm sorry. Yeah. Look at her back, and you can pretty much see how the jet worked. And, yeah, like, she doesn't really have much of a feminine profile, like, from the back, but then again, it's like, what can you do? It's, the transformation kind of hinders that a bit, but why does it matter? Anyway, articulation, head does a full 360, you can knock it off. Shoulders could do a full 360, but with all this junk in the way, kind of interferes. Bicep swivel, elbow joint, no wrists, no waist. Hips go forward, they go back, they go outward on a ratchet, and inward on a ratchet. Thigh swivel, knee joint, and no ankles. So, not very posable, but she's as posable as I think she needs to be. And you can take her swords, and you can just have her hold them. Just give her the one, maybe. And then what you could also do is, you just don't like this one, you can use the wings to plug those in for storage. Like that. Or you can take this yellow nub right here and just plug it into one of these holes in the back. They're specifically designed, like, you can't plug this one into this hole, but because of all this junk on the side, so the junk has to be facing outward in order for this to work. And yeah, I just store the swords in the back, because with the way her swords stick out on the shelf, I keep her in the front, and she's just asking to get knocked off by holding her swords out and being in the front of the shelf. Anyway, comparisons. Here she is with Skywarp. That's to get a sense of how she would scale with Screamer. And here she is with Astro Train, just to see how she scales with a current Voyager. Yeah. Anyway, Windblade. She's a good figure. Not the best of her wave, but I wouldn't say it's... Like, looking at the rest of her wave, you've got a trigger happy repaint, top spin repaint, and then there's her, so she's not going to be like the most interesting, but she's still not a bad figure. Is she the weakest of her wave? Yes, because you know you can't compete with Trigger Happy or Topspin. Those are some pretty good designed figures. But still, if you're going for a Windblade, you can go for this one or the RG15 one. I mean, you could go for the Generations one, but that's long gone. And I heard she had some pretty big hip issues. But, not hip issues, heel issues. But anyway, yeah, Windblade. Good one. Good figure. See you in the next video.